We're working on a Yukon Denali XL, and the nature of the complaint, let's gather some parts. You're going to want to see these. So the lock cylinders on these are a little different. This is what the new one is, how it comes from the dealership, and then they give you a whole bunch of tumblers. They're marked 1 through 4. I believe I did a video on this before, but the most frustrating, hardest part of this is getting the key to turn so that you can push the button in. So when we look inside the lock cylinder, I want to draw your attention to that first one. You can see the second one really easy. You see that second tumbler? But the first tumbler is in the down position. Basically, the key's been slipped in and out of there so many times that it's worn the metal. And so now, that first tumbler is stuck in the down position. You can see that little brass line right there. See that little line? See, if I take a dental tool, I can push up and down. Well, I can't push it up, that's the problem. I can only push it down. Second one back's easy, the first one's just stuck. I mean, it is just unholy stuck. You got a little spring tension on it and that's it. So what happens is, when you're putting the key in and out, it files down and makes a little lip here. And then it gets to the point where something just has to give and it just gets stuck. You can see that little line right there where it's stuck. So what you do, you have a cover on it here. You take the bezels top and bottom off. I've got them set up on the windshield, and they're not threaded or screwed in from the bottom. You just have to undo them. So I grab this with pliers and snap it off. You don't need it anymore. The whole thing, the body of it's worn out, so you need to replace it. So you don't have a lot of regard for it. Next thing you do is put the key in. Take the best key that you have, or if you just need to get yourself unstranded, you know, don't feel free to break that because you're going to get a new one anyway. So it won't go. I mean, it won't turn backwards, won't turn forwards, nothing. So make sure it's in all the way. Then take a pair of channel locks and then just grab around the part that attaches it, and you'll hear a snap. And after it snaps, that single tumbler that's stuck, it's usually that outside one, then your key's in the on position and you can pull it out. Before you can do anything, identify which is the negative. It's this one. And go ahead and pull off the battery. It's 5/16 or 8mm. So you have to move the key in the start position or crank position. You don't want the starter going or the thing running the whole time you're doing this. So let's leave our wrench there. It's ready to put back on when we need it. Wipe off your hands so you don't get the leather interior all messed up. So we put it in the start position. You see our Allen key starting to dance. So then you push down on this. Maybe it's not going all the way because of the Allen key. It's supposed to be easy, right? So you push this down in there nice and firm. Had it. This takes 2 hands. If you turn it all the way to the start position, push this down at the same time, that pushes down this spring-loaded little foot right here. And once you get that pushed in, then it's able to slide the whole thing out. When you're in the all the way start position, put the Allen key down, pull it out a little bit, get the key out of there, because the Allen key itself will hold it up, and you just slide it out like that. You see that greasy little hook? That's what I was pushing on with the Allen key, and it's full of grit and stuff because this one's pretty chewed up. So next we go to the workbench and we'll lay it out and get this thing keyed. So next up, we're going to create a clean working environment. We're going to clean off the workbench, get everything cleared, no little pieces or parts or anything, because we got these teeny tiny little springs and tumblers we're going to be working with here in a minute. So just lay out a rag or something that you can work with. You put the key in the cylinder and then pop this little guy out. There's 10 of these tumblers in here. You can count them through here, through the brass. You see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, they're all there. So what we're going to do, you don't have to be super careful with this, but just be aware that you got springs and stuff pushing on it. So, and you have new springs, so that doesn't really matter on these. The main thing that matters, see, there's one of them already. They look like little maggots or something. But basically what we're going to do is keep track of all these tumblers Just make sure they don't go out flying. Don't feel bad if 2 or 3 of those springs survive and can be reused at a later time, but certainly not necessary. So we're going to set all of the springs aside, just willy-nilly, haphazardly, whatever. Get 10 of them. The main thing is we just want the tumblers. We're going to try to get these things to come up one by one. You can pay the dealership 40 bucks. It's probably money well spent. I just never do that. But they can get them all lined up for you too. See, 2, 4, 6, 8. So I should still have 2 springs in there, and I do. That's maybe what's kind of holding up the works. He's got jacked in there. There's one's gone. I don't know where the other one is. So I've got it marked out. I've got 9 spots for the tumblers. So here's what comes with the new lock cylinder. You get the cylinder itself. It's not all chewed up and worn out. And you've got this set up here. The springs and everything are already loaded on this side. So all you have to do is drop in the correct order each of these slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so we got that all written out on the paper. Now all these tumblers are stamped 1 through 4. See, we'll take one of these ones that says 4 on it. You see right in the middle of that one it says number 4. And all of them in here are stamped number 3. All of it, see, 3 and 2 and 1 and so on. So we'll set these aside. And then we've got 10 springs, 9 springs. I don't know why this one's 9, it's supposed to be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We want to make sure that we get this right coming out. Otherwise we got to go right back down to the dealership and pay them the 40 bucks and so on. So let me grab a pair of pliers. So I've rolled these out, and just whichever one you can get to it. Just make sure you remember which one it came out of. So position number 2 sticking out. So pull that out, and this one, 1. There's a number 1 right there in the middle. There, you can see it right there. So for position 2, we write down a number 1, and let's get another one. So anyway, you can get cruising with this. Just make sure that you do it methodically enough that you don't mess up. So for position number 4, 2, 3, 4, we have a number 2. We'll write down number 2 in position 4, and you just go through and do the rest. So you may have a real difficult time getting all of these out. I got all but the last 3. This first position 1 and positions number 3 and 5 I was having trouble with. So what you do is you just take your screwdriver or pick or whatever, get the little brass ends out of the end of here, and then the block will come out. There's 2 little springs that holds it down in there, and this puts pressure on the tumblers. Can make them really difficult to get out. So once you do that, it gives you access to where you can actually pick them out and send them out this way, one at a time, real controlled. I just do that from the get-go. The whole thing's just going to be in the garbage anyway. So there went position 3, just popping out of there. So this way you can just take them and be real methodical, and you'll be good to go, like I say. So anyway, don't be afraid to get that out, to pick those out with your pick. Now I've just got 2 to go. It's going to be easy. So the thing to remember is the part that failed here is this tumbler, this skeletal structure or whatever. The tumblers inside of it actually did, but this actual ignition lock is what failed. The metal wore down here, and it caused that first tumbler wouldn't respond, so it was always in the lock position. So what we did is we put the key in. So 8 out of the 9 were in good position, and then I grabbed it with channel locks to get it to rotate, with the negative terminal disconnected, of course. And then once I broke that last one, because they're just real soft anyway, I get it to rotate to the start position. Then I took an Allen wrench, say an if it starts with a vowel, Allen wrench, and push this in. It's funny is you can push it in real easy. If you try to push it with a dental tool on camera and it's not going anywhere. So we just push that in, and then that was allowed us to be able to get that out of there. So when we go back in, we want to make sure we're in the start position, and that'll ensure that that plugs in where it needs to go. So on my paper I have everything written down on the 9 positions. As far as the way these go in, they go in like this, just like a little pistol or something with the lock on the right side. Looks like a little gun. Just make sure that you have the right number and you just slip them in there. So you take your bags, whip them a few times, make sure everything's in the bottom. Take a pair of scissors, cut the top off. You take your little white lithium grease thing, open the top of it, and then just squirt it into all of them. This will help hold them in. It'll also help your lock cylinder last longer. I'm going to get my, there's basically 2 of each. There's 3 of one number, and that's number 2. So I'll take number 2. There's 5 per package. The way that the keys are cut, there's never all the same number. So the highest number there could be, there's 4 different number tumblers or depths of cut, and then there's 9 positions. So 4 times 9 is 36, I believe. So there's 36 different keys for these Chevy vehicles, and then the transponder thing too. So there's 3 number 2s. Get them like a gun. Pew pew pew. Keys on the right hand side. And so for mine, they go in like this one that failed as a 2 in position 9. Just line them up and get them to go in. You can help them along with a little pick if you want. And then they'll catch on this little guy. It interfaces with them because it's kind of slotted. This side is the side that goes with it. We'll just kind of hold them in their little spot. So let's see, what else is a 2? Skip one, position 7 is a 2. You can see this thing on the, you see this pop in and out as you put them in. And I've got one more number 2 in position 4. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of got to jostle them and get them to go. So push that in a little bit, enough to where my spring will go in. You can see that this part's going to go out and then come back in. Like that. So that's about the depth I want them, and they're all the same numbers, so they should all be the same depth. So then I'll go and repeat that process for the other remaining 3 numbers. One of the things I really like about Chevrolet is they learn from their mistakes. If something's wrong, they'll update it. So these are the new ones. You'll see they're silver in color. The old ones are just kind of brass. Change the light. See, these 2 are the old ones, the new ones. So I'm assuming they've made them out of different material. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that's what they did. So I have all the tumblers in place, and then I went back over it with grease. You can just push them all down. They'll all go down to the same level actually. And then you just go along this little, I got 2 springs, that's why. Make sure you get just 1 at a time. We're not 1 at a time in here. We're mass communicating. No, we're 1 at a time in here. 1 through 9. Yeah, the factory manual, it says there's 10. I remember there being 10. I remember having letters. Haven't done one of these in probably a year. Boy, once that one was stuck, it was just stuck. We tried all kinds of wiggling, we tried turning the steering column. If you park against a curb or something, and your steering column locks with pressure against it from the tires being against the curb, then your ignition lock cylinder can't move, It's stuck. So you got to turn the steering wheel to release the pressure that builds within, that sort of thing. But this was nothing like that. This was just good old-fashioned jammed. That one tumbler just would not play nice. Looks like the little blade thing goes to the left. That's the way it's looking. Well, once you sink that in there, it's for keeps. There you go. Using a hard instrument like a screwdriver or something sure helps. Okay, moment of truth. Does that bar stand up or does it go down? So that's all locked, locked, unlocked. We have a success. It's that one stinking little thing. Cool. Well, let's go put it back in. So when you look inside, we're still in the start position or run position, one of the two. So I want to make sure that we do the same thing, that that little lever is in the position facing the opening. Looks good. Looks like we did it right. Brand new, swanky looking ignition lock. I don't think you can get any more white grease in it than I did. I could probably get some more around the cylinder itself. I'll probably pull it back out and put some more on. More on. Anyway, that's our repair. Hope you like my video. Be sure to click thumbs up, like, share, all that fun stuff, add to favorites. And cheers. Love you. Dude, my butt is sweating. It's already warm.
These bubbles are hot.
It's already warm.
Let me out of the bubble.
It's pretty nice though. You rest your feet. It's like your own private gondola.
Yeah.
They close them on the way down automatic so that it doesn't snow in them.
Man, look at all that thin cover. This bubble's kind of a thin cover.
Yeah, this bubble is sort of a thin cover. So what does that say? Bergstationsumfach habe öffnen. Open the bubble when entering the station. Relevez la buia en entrée de gare. Alzare la cupola en entrada stazione. That means that you can't leave it down because then you can't get off.